One day, Harry and Bert were resting in the shed when the yard manager came with important news. Good morning, you two. It has been a few months since Thomas came here to help us, but the workload is still becoming a little too much for you two to handle. So I made a call to the mainland for another diesel to come and help. The twins were intrigued. They thought having a new engine in the yard would make things more interesting. When will they be arriving, sir? Asked Harry. I believe they'll be here later on this afternoon. When they arrive, I expect you two to make them feel welcome. Yes, sir, said the twins. As the day went on, the twins were pondering who the new engine would be. Do you think it's D199? Asked Harry. Nah, that old spam can will do nothing but complain about the work he's been given. What about Class 40? I doubt he'd even be of any help. Besides, you wouldn't want to work in this environment. If not them, then who? Well, the manager said they'll be arriving this afternoon, so I guess we'll have to wait and see. Later that afternoon, the twins were resting in the shed and heard the sound of a loud diesel horn. I'm guessing that's the new engine, said Harry. Indeed it was. A large diesel made his way into the yard. The engine had two sets of four wheels and was painted in a brownish color with beige stripes. And what was most curious about this engine was the large crane mounted on top of his cab. The diesel soon stopped in front of the shed. The twins were surprised to see that the engine who came to help was none other than the infamous Diesel 10. No way, stammered Harry. It can't be, gasped Bert. Hello, boys, said Diesel 10. Long time no see. I don't believe it, said Harry. We thought you was scrapped. Scrap? Me? Ha! I'm too useful to be scrapped. So where have you been after Fat sent you away? I've been doing some odd jobs here and there on the mainland. You know, taking heavy goods trains and clearing the line with Pinchy. So you've been pretty busy, eh? Chuckled Harry. Very, smiled Diesel 10. Later, the yard manager came to greet Diesel 10. Hello, he said. You must be the new engine. Actually, sir, I worked on Sodor long before, but I was sent away because of previous actions. I see, said the manager. Well, before you get started, the Fat Controller would like to speak to you at the steamworks. Yes, sir, said Diesel 10. After getting turned around, Diesel 10 made his way to the steamworks. On his travels, he ran into Gordon at a nearby station. Well, if it isn't the galloping sausage, chuckled Diesel 10. What are you doing here, Diesel? Gordon groaned. I was called to help out at the ironworks. I'm heading to the steamworks to speak with your controller. Well, I hope you prove yourself to be useful instead of being a menace to the railway. Oh, don't you worry, Gordon. I'll be just as useful as your steamers. Diesel 10 chuckled as he rolled away, while Gordon rolled his eyes. Soon enough, Diesel 10 pulled into the steamworks, where Den, Dart, and Sir Topham Hatt were waiting. Hello, Diesel 10, said Sir Topham Hatt. I hope your journey went well. It did, said Diesel 10. I'm sure you know why I called you here. Yeah, the ironworks needs some help, and here I am. And I don't expect you to trust me right away, but I'm willing to prove that I can and will be a really useful engine on your railway. I'm pleased to hear you say that, Diesel 10, but you'll have to prove yourself through actions rather than words. I shall have you work on trial. Once you have proven yourself, I'll consider having you work outside of the ironworks. Understood? Yes, sir, smiled Diesel 10. I understand. Excellent. But before your trial, Den and Dart here will be checking you over for any damage or any outdated parts. Don't worry, Diesel 10. You're in good hands. Or, buffers. What he means is, we'll get you ready for work in no time. And once your maintenance is finished, you shall head back to the ironworks and start work." "Yes, sir," said Diesel 10. And with that, Sir Topham Hatt left. The workmen checked Diesel 10 over, making sure that everything was working properly, especially his claw. Once his maintenance was finished, he made his way back to the ironworks. True to his word, Diesel 10 worked hard to prove himself. As time passed, Sir Topham Hatt allowed Diesel 10 to take scrap food to and from the mainland. He didn't fully gain the trust of the steam engines. They made sure to keep a close eye on him. He would still often tease them, but he would still continue to get his job done regardless. Diesel 10 would get a chance to really prove himself, but if I said any more, I'd be spoiling the next story.